Welcome back to the channel. Just want to talk a little bit about what we are going to cover next on the channel. As many of you know, I did a poll, and in that poll, I asked you all, what would you like to see next? Most of those who responded, 44%, voted on make your job work for you. As a result, I have decided to create a career guides for Black women series. And I thought it was important for me to provide some information to my sisters that cannot leave the job that they're currently in. And let me give some background. I have been doing videos for probably a couple of years now about toxic work environments and toxic work cultures. And I talk about leaving those toxic jobs, departing, right? Like I did. I left a toxic job. I've left a couple of toxic jobs actually. But what I realize is not everybody can leave their toxic job. Some people can leave for whatever reason, and there's no judgment here. There's no judgment. So I started to think about, and based on many of your comments, what can I do to help my sisters that are still in a toxic job make the best out of a not so great situation? And I'm not saying that the information that I have to provide is going to make the toxic job different or better. What I am suggesting is that it could help us. It could help you to do what you need to do until you can leave if that's your desire to do so. Having said that, in the Career Guides for Black Women series, we are going to talk about how we can leverage the skills, the experience, our expertise that we gain in these jobs to do what we need to do, whether it's to leave the toxic job eventually, retire from the toxic job, segue into entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about those things. I just thought it would be helpful, though, to start off where we are. Some of us are still in jobs that are toxic, and some of us are in jobs that we like and love. We just need a little guidance on how to navigate and move in a way that's going to help us to grow our careers and to develop our careers. So we're going to talk about that. Now, what we're not going to talk about is I won't be talking about how to format a resume. I won't be talking about how to write a cover letter, and I won't be talking about how to look for a job. However, I will give some interview tips, and I will give tips on how to phrase things in your resume, how to articulate your skills, how to identify skills that you want to emphasize on your resume. I hope that makes sense. I just wanted to come on and explain the series and say, hey, this is because you guys voted on this. So you asked and I answered. And in the meantime, what I encourage you to do is to get you a notebook or a notepad that's dedicated to the series so that you can take down your notes and refer back to them later. It's my hope that this series will serve as a reservoir reference so that when you are trying to do what you want to do, whether it's to grow or develop or both, you have something to look at. And you may say, now, are you to give this information? Just to give you a little bit about myself, most of you who've been on the channel already know this, but after almost 30 years, I retired from a very toxic situation where I worked in state government as a manager to managers. I was responsible for hiring, for training, for coaching, for mentoring managers. And I was also responsible for showing them how to mentor and coach and train their staff. Some of that coaching and training had to do with showing individuals what transferable skills they have to help them to perform proficiently in their current roles. And other parts of my job entailed me creating training plans, career development plans, individual development plans. And if I'm honest, that was the favorite part of my job was developing the staff, developing the managers, developing the leaders and supervisors. It was my favorite part. I loved that part of my job. I really did because I feel that many bad bosses or bad managers, bad supervisors, bad leaders, many of them don't know they're bad. They just don't know. Many of them. Some of them know and don't care, but many of them have no idea. Many managers and leaders and supervisors, they simply have not been provided the tools, the skills necessary to improve their leadership skills, supervisory skills, their management skills. Many of them were promoted because they were great at whatever it is they were doing before. For example, maybe they were a claims examiner. They were great at examining claims, processing claims in whatever field. And so people thought it was a good idea to promote this person to a manager or a supervisor, not understanding that that's a different skill set. Becoming a good manager, an effective leader, a supportive supervisor, those things don't occur overnight. Those things have to be taught, learned, and they have to be practiced. And when individuals get into some of these supervisor positions, these management positions, and leadership positions, they don't know what they don't know. So, having said all that, I want to leverage my experience, my expertise, and my education to help better the workforce, if you will, starting with one leader at a time, one potential leader at a time, one employee at a time, one entrepreneur at a time. So, if you find that there is a subject that you would like for me to discuss during our career guides for Black women series, put it in the comments. I'll look at it, and if it's something I can fit in and that I think flows with what we're talking about, I will absolutely do it. Hope you enjoy the series. I'd love to get your feedback. Thank you so much. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and that you click on the notification bells so that you are made aware when I upload a video. I would appreciate you hitting the like button on this video. It really helps the algorithm to recommend it to other individuals, and it helps me out too. I'm very excited about this series. I will see you on the other side. Talk soon.